In this video tutorial, let's look at how we can write to hdfs, which stands for Hadoop Distributed File System, from a Java program. So I have already got a pom.xml file that imports the Hadoop hdfs. The group ID is org.apache.hadoop, Hadoop hdfs, and also the Hadoop client, which is from the group ID org Apache Hadoop as well. So once you put that in your POM file, and automatically inside the Maven dependencies, you can see the Hadoop hdfs jar and all the other relevant jars that are required. Now if I go to my Hadoop simple Java, initially I'm creating a configuration, which is a Hadoop configuration. You can see the import, and then setting a property called fs.defaultfs to the Hadoop configuration. And hdfs is a protocol, and it's using the address to the name node basically. Now how do I know this URI to the name node? You can find this out a number of different ways. Firstly, you can do it from the terminal window. So I'm going to a terminal window here, and I clear the screen now, and I'm going to change directory to if I look at what the pwd is, okay, so change directory to etc Hadoop and then conf. So this is where some of the Hadoop configuration files are. If I do lsltr, you can see there are a couple of configuration files. One is the hdfs site.xml, and the other one is the core site.xml. So the fs.defaultfs, the name node URI, will be in the core site.xml. So if I do cat core site.xml and pipe that to more, so here I can see fs.defaultfs. So what that is hdfs :/quickstar.cloudera:8020. So that's what I have used it here. There's another way to do this as well. We need to go into the Cloudera manager, click on agree. I need to log in again. So Cloudera, and you click on login, and I need to go into the hdfs service, click on hdfs, and then there will be a drop down menu called actions at the top, and from these actions I should be able to download the client configuration. So this is a zip file, so I can download it, I can unzip it, and inside that I should be able to see the core site.xml file and hdfs, which one is the core site? So control C here, lsltr, hdfs site, and the core site.xml file. These should be there in the client download. There could be also be the other XML files like yarn site.xml and so on. So there are a couple of ways to get that, and then go back to my code. Then I'm going to, the hdfs path is going to be user cloudera learn hdfs. This is the one we worked on before when we worked on Hue. That's the new folder that we created in one of the previous tutorials, and inside that folder, so user cloudera is the base for the user Cloudera, and learn hdfs is the one we created in the previous tutorial. And then first step, we create a file system from the configuration. This is the hdfs Hadoop distributed file system, and we can list all the files here. So system.output line file will be outputting the files that are in the learn hdfs folder. Then next, if the file is test1.csv, so we know that there's a test1.csv. So I click on the files to get into hdfs, and then I'm going to go into learn hdfs. There are two files there, test1.csv and test2.csv. So I'm saying if the file is test1.csv, I'm going to append, this is a new line, and then an order ID called 999, and the user is Samuel. So if I run this code, I just run it as a Java application because it's got a main method, is inside the main method. So you select this and say run as Java application. So this client will connect to that Cloudera name node, and it will list the files in that folder learn hdfs. See, these are the files in the learn hdfs. You can see test1.csv and test2.csv, and it says this directory false because it's a file, giving you the file size, and it's saying replication is 1 because in this case not replicated 3 times. It's a quick start for learning purposes, and what time it was created, who the owner is, and so on. And now this part of the code would have written Samuel to test1.csv. So I'll go back into Hue and click on test1.csv. See now 999 Samuel. So basically this Java code has written an additional line onto the hdfs. The file sitting on hdfs is called test1.csv. So test1.csv is sitting under learn hdfs. So this is a simple Java program that is using Hadoop API to talk to hdfs. So you can read, write, and you can list the files and so on. So you can perform different operations from the Java. So that's all for this tutorial, and I'll catch you guys in a separate tutorial that will cover Spark and different Hadoop ecosystem